Jesse Powell, the head of Kraken Crypto Exchanges, advising people to get their money out of centralized exchanges. This is real good. Just came out. I want you to listen to this because the authorities are actually freezing a lot of money that's in Canada with no court orders. Listen to this.
So you're confirming that accounts have been frozen, both personal and corporate, but you're not releasing the information. And the actual follow-up is, I'm just wondering whether the bank accounts will be targeted of individuals who donated to the Give, Send, Go and the GoFundMe campaigns. Are they considered designated people under the Emergencies Act, meaning that their credit cards could be cut and financial services are targeting them as well?
Okay, so the names of both individuals and entities, as well as crypto wallets, have been shared by the RCMP with financial institutions, and accounts have been frozen, and more accounts will be frozen. Crowdfunding platforms and payment service providers have started the registration process with FinTrack. In terms of the specifics on whose accounts are being frozen, you now have the regulations. The financial service providers have those regulations as well, and they, working with law enforcement, will be making the operational decisions.
Folks, this is awful. This is the freedom that you get in Canada. We always advise people not be going to Canada anyway. If you're a libertarian and you want total freedom, you need to come to places like St. Kitts that has no income tax, no capital gains tax, no estate tax, no inheritance tax. This is where you find the ultimate freedom. Now, but you need to do this legally. If you're in a place like Canada, you need to be able to pull away from that and do whatever it takes to legally get around your high taxes. And so you're going to have to be out of Canada long enough, and you might have to pay an exit tax when you leave. If you're a U.S. citizen, you're going to have to totally relinquish your U.S. citizenship. But folks, if you really want total freedom, you need to actually get citizenship in a country like St. Kitts and Nevis that has, like I said, no income tax, no capital gains tax, no estate tax, no inheritance tax. But if you really want asset protection too, like Jesse Powell, which I'm going to talk to you about here in this article, he's saying that he has no control over this. In fact, he's warning people to get their money out of centralized exchanges. He's basically stating that there is no protection in that. Key takeaways: Kraken'S CEO Jesse Powell has criticized the Canadian government for seizing funds from Freedom Convoy protesters' bank accounts. Powell told users on Twitter to get your coins out of centralized exchanges after revealing that Kraken would be forced to comply with any seizure request. Now, while Canadian authorities are able to block crypto transfers to centralized exchanges, peer-to-peer transactions remain uncensorable. Now, Kraken'S CEO Jesse Powell has slammed the Canadian government's decision to seize funds from its citizens' bank accounts. Listen to this: without due process. He revealed that Kraken would be forced to comply with asset seizure requests and warned users to get their coins out and cash off centralized exchanges. Now, Kraken's CEO speaks out. He has come out in opposition to the Canadian government. In a tweet posted Thursday evening, the Kraken CEO criticized the recent emergency orders from Justin Trudeau's government that enable authorities to seize funds from Canadian citizens' bank accounts without court orders. I mean, can you imagine waking up one morning, all of a sudden your funds are all frozen and no one sent you anything? Okay? By invoking the Emergency Act, the Canadian government aims to cut off funding to the Freedom Convoy protesters who blocked several key transit routes in protest of the country's ongoing COVID-19 mandates. This is just incredible, folks. This is I've always told people, don't immigrate to Canada anyway. It's not a free country, and this is the type of stuff you're going to deal with when you go to a real socialistic country like Canada. I'm going to tell you, if you want the ultimate freedom, I don't know of any better place than St. Kitts and Nevis. There's no income tax, no capital gains tax, no estate tax, no inheritance tax, property tax of only 0.20% of whatever you're purchasing. And the key is, if you're getting, even in crypto, if you're not put in cold wallets, and even cold wallets can malfunction and they can be taken by the government too. One of your most solid ways of actually protecting your assets is in real estate. And I'm not saying you put all your money in real estate, but this is the things that you ought to be looking at and doing it in a country that basically protects assets. And these are some things you really need to look at. But they went on to say in the article that due process is for plebs. Might make right in Canada, Powell stated, referring to how the Canadian government is willing to bypass due process and allow the seizure of funds without a court order. The Deputy Prime Minister, Chrystia Freeland, revealed in a statement to the press Thursday that the Canadian government has started freezing bank accounts, seizing funds, and canceling the financial services of individuals linked to the Freedom Convoy protest. Now, you might not be tied to this convoy, but what's going to be their next step? I mean, this is with this. What happens with everybody? I mean, this is incredible. No due process. They're just bringing in this enforcement process. And they went on to say here that in a follow-up tweet, Powell warned that Kraken and other centralized crypto exchanges would be forced to comply with law enforcement if asked to freeze deposits and from certain crypto addresses. In response to the user asking if Kraken would be put in a position where it was told to freeze assets by the police without judicial consent, Powell responded, 100% yes, it will happen, and 100% yes, we'll be forced to comply. If you're worried about it, don't keep your funds with any centralized regulated custodian. We can't protect you. Get your coins and cash out. And he's talking about go peer-to-peer. This is what he's talking about. Of course, some of y'all already know that. Earlier Thursday, Canadian authorities issued an order that blacklisted 34 crypto wallets linked to Freedom Convoy. The wallets in question contain approximately $1.4 million worth of cryptocurrency. According to statements from the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, any funds sent from the wallets to FINTRAC regulated exchanges would be immediately frozen. Powell is the latest prominent figure in the crypto space to speak out against the Canadian government's decision to seize funds from its citizens. Now, Tuesday, Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong also tweeted his concerns over the recent developments in Canada while highlighting the importance of keeping crypto funds in a self-custodial wallet. Others, such as Bitcoin analyst Plan B, have speculated that the situation in Canada could lead to another Cyprus movement or moment for Bitcoin. In 2013, the price of the top cryptocurrency shot up when the Cyprus financial crisis led to fears of a run on the banks. Now, while a run on Canadian banks currently looks unlikely, the recent bank account seizures from the Canadian government have highlighted the importance of centralized monetary systems, both to those in the crypto space and onlookers from the general public. While Canadian authorities are able to block crypto transfers to the centralized exchanges, peer-to-peer transactions of Bitcoin and Ether remain uncensorable. So these are some things you need to think about. Folks, this is the key right here. If you want total freedom, go to a place that really honors your assets, where you don't have the government in a tax frenzy all the time. I don't know of any better place to do that than St. Kitts and Nevis. Get a second passport as insurance purposes. You can get as quick as 45 days in St. Kitts and Nevis. And like I said, you won't find any place on the planet Earth that has tax laws and as far as getting a passport as quick as you can in St. Kitts and cost of living at what you would get in St. Kitts also. If you want to know more on this, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com. Hit the top bar that says apply with us. Fill out those questions. Hit that bottom bar that says send it to us. We deal with over 100 citizenship by investment, residency by investment countries all over the world. Folks, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to the right of your screen. You get new videos automatically every day as they come out. We got over 600 videos like this come out every single day automatically. If you hit that subscribe button, and I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below, and I'll look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.